3, 2, 1. S.O.L.E Fever Radio. It's your boy K Mac.
It's Karate Best, aka Lace Lord for Revamp 26.
Revamp 26. And we got a special guest in the building. My man Zach, what up? What you represent, son?
What up, man? EST 2040.
EST 2040. All right.
And my podcast,
and what's on your feet?
WTFAW.
Oh, excuse me, say that?
And the podcast, WTFAW.
I didn't hear you. What'd you say?
WTFAW.
That's right there on the wall, isn't it?
Right there on the wall.
It's a podcast about who the F we are. Okay, I see it. All right.
Yeah, man.
How'd you come up with this? How'd you come up with this?
That's like what a podcast is supposed to be about, man. It's supposed to let people get to know you. You know, you're supposed to be able to like kind of find like-minded people to talk about things and work out issues and shit. Like this place talk about sneakers.
This place talk and speaking of sneakers, can I see what you got on to bring it up top?
Oh, they're dirty.
They're dirty,
They're
but they are
the Ultra Boost, the OG, the one. First ones.
With the Continental Sole.
Yeah, the Continental Soles.
What you think about these, Karate? I know you're a Nike guy.
Yeah, I'm a Nike guy.
These things feel good.
I rock with Adidas, just the originals, but the Boost, I can't lie, man. It's not hype. Like, it's really comfortable.
Dude,
it's not hype.
Yeah,
I bought this pair, and I was like, the guy told me, like, they're not going to stay white. But they were so white that first day.
Oh,
yeah.
Oh, my God. Like, I felt like I had socks on walking around.
That's what they feel like, too.
They feel like socks.
To your feet. Yeah.
I
but
wore
it's still
them.
more airless Boost, though, you know.
Nah, yeah.
See, mine, all this right here got rubbed off. I was rocking mine too hard. But that's what's up, man. So, 2040, tell us about EST 2040.
It's my streetwear brand that me and my homie came up with back when we like just got out of high school. We just never really made it happen until recently. I guess we've been doing it about a year now. It's just like from the future, man. It's like established 2040. It's like sci-fi based, all that kind of stuff. But it really started out just looking cool, sounding cool.
Is that how you joined Kappa Alpha Psi over there? Oh.
Yeah, somewhere.
You just started looking cool?
Yeah, I saw the light in 98. I put it like that.
Something like that?
Yeah.
Man, I check out. Of course, we different. We different colors. You know, like you 2040, he's KA Psi, I'm Q Sci-Fi. I don't have to have the letters. When you see the purple and gold, and you see my dog, we get a shot of the dog. Everybody there. When you see the dog in the building, I let you know.
The dog he bought from Victoria's Secret.
Wait a minute, man.
No, I'm playing.
That's what you're looking at.
That definitely was a good joke, though. You know, I'm gonna take a drink of that.
Ooh,
Sunkissed, because you know I like the orange soda. Hey man, 2040, and
I missed that show.
Which one?
I don't know.
Which show was it?
Like Kenan and Kel.
Oh yeah.
I love orange soda.
All that. I love orange soda.
All that. Yeah, that was good too.
Those were the days, man. That's
like little kid SNL.
Yeah,
right.
Yeah.
And everybody like went from there to do movies, and
SNL.
they still have a career.
Yeah, Keenan's on SNL now.
All right, look at my.
Sadly, you're not sponsored by Sunkist.
So I can't tell. No, yeah, I wasn't even gonna say what I was drinking.
Though. It would be totally nice. Hit us up.
I will say this: we are sponsored by the awesome organic Lee mango butter. These ingredients. Let me just read some to you. Raw mango butter, certified organic Juba Java oil. It really says Juba Java.
What is that?
Natural certified. Okay, you know what? Damn all the ingredients. Just know. Let's go back to the label and the smell. I'm gonna pass it around the room.
Is it natural? I think
it's natural.
That's what you
raw mango. Because you heard of cocoa butter, you've heard of the shea butter. Prepare yourself for the mango butter. It's S.O.L E Fever Radio. We talk about entrepreneurship. We talk about sneakers. We talk about getting on. We talk about what we're going to talk about. Man, we're going to hold your ear for a few minutes, and then we're going to get up out of here because, you know, I got to go to lunch. And I promised my wife I'll take her to lunch. She's probably going to hit me up. And when it's time to go, I got to go because it's half-price wings.
Everybody understands that.
She understands half-price wings. Karate understands that half-price wings only happens on Mondays at this certain spot. Mm-hmm. So you don't want to not be there. Don't want to not.
You
don't want to not be there.
That's a double negative. That means you want to be there.
Right.
Yeah, so you're on track.
You want to be there.
You want to be there. Yeah, that's what you were saying.
Exactly. Double negatives, man. Look, so let's get your start, man. And you gave us this platform, and Karate comes through. And Gracie says, the next time, I was like, man, why should I only have? I'm really feeling some kind of way. He has all the letters, and all I got is in color. Like he's influencing kids as they walk past the screen.
You know what
anyway,
I'm saying?
but when you came through and said, man, you know what? I want to give a vehicle. I want to make a vehicle. I want to build something, not only for me, because then that would probably be kind of crazy.
Yeah.
Like you feel like the guy in 2012 on the radio, like, it's the end of the world. I'm telling you, it's coming. But no, you
all
said
by myself.
It was all by himself, right? But you have your mics, you have the lighting, you have everything. You did your research, you did your homework, you implemented something. Take me back to that day when you decided to make this move.
Man, I mean, this room that we're in now, like what I turned into the podcast studio, was not a podcast studio like 2 weeks ago. It was more of like my office and like a mini boutique kind of thing. And I was trying to do a podcast with too many people. I figured out after I'd done it a bit. Karate was helping me out with it. I was really trying to get a feel for, like, I knew that there needed to be a podcast for this place and the people in this place, and I didn't know how to go about doing it. So I had to kind of step back and make things a little smaller and really take a look at how everybody could be, like, have their own part and, like, have their own say in what they were trying to get out, and nobody would be stepping on each other's toes. So I started WTFAW, which is like a smaller, starting out smaller, like a one-on-one interview kind of style podcast, just with like local artists coming out of the gallery. That's where we're starting at. You know, anybody who wants to be on it, fill out a thing, email us at
give it to them one more time.
WTFAW.
This is how you get on,
gmail.com.
If they catch it, they catch it. If they miss it, they miss it. I'm going to it right now. Give it to them one more time.
It's you can email us at WTFAW podcast at gmail.com. We're taking submissions for sponsors, guests, all sorts of stuff. But anyways, so I started that so that I could just get some stuff out there, show people that there was like a platform, and like you could get viewership, and you could make money doing it, and you could really push a brand and let people get to know you at the same time, which I feel like builds like a loyal fan base. And then you came along. I was hoping to get somebody like you, like, to produce like S.O.L.E Fever, kind of like I do. That's what I was going to look for, is people that
like
wanted to have their own, that needed their own thing. You know, they needed more than just like to be a guest on my podcast. Like, they needed their own podcast to, like, because they have their own message. You guys have your own stuff you want to talk about, which hopefully we'll get in some shoes and stuff in a minute. But
oh yeah, it's coming.
And then you got your whole motivation thing going on, the DJ voice and everything. It just works, you know. Like, it needed to be its own thing. So like I started renting out the space and then making it easy and accessible for people not to have to go and buy all this shit, to like be able to put out their message or whatever. They can just come in and, like, for minor, very affordable fees or whatever, be able to have their own podcast.
And that's a element of entrepreneurship that stands the test of time. Are you going to show up?
Yeah, I mean,
because you gotta show up. You know, like at the end of the day, that's why.
No dollar,
right.
You know,
that's why it was so hard for you to get the thing off the ground. Probably the first time it was too many movable parts. I've used that reference before. And when you have a lot of people to depend on for something to move forward, then, you know, especially because you guys dressed it up. I remember you had the commercial and everything. So it'd have been like the Beatles without, you know, this guy. You know, I don't want to name one out, but, you know, is it still the Beatles?
Yeah, I mean, everybody's still cool.
Yeah.
And everybody's going to have, like, their own spot on my podcast. But, like, I hope that, like, everybody from that kind of, like, takes the initiative to, like, put the work in on their own to make their own thing. Like, not that it has to be, like, a weekly thing like this is, or, like WTFAW is going to be. Like, even if it's, like, a monthly thing, or just, like, okay, we're going to sit down with 4 of my friends and talk for an hour, like, every other month type of thing. And you just have, like, some political discussion, or, like, okay, this is what's going on in my life. This is what's going on in my life. You see this movie. You see that movie. Like, it lets people get to know you, you know? And, like, you'd be way more inclined to, like, buy shoes from Karate, because you're getting to know Karate. Like, you know where his Like, he's not going to be best when I busted ass shoes, 100 fakes up here, none of that shit, And he's teaching you, like, how to identify fakes and, like, clean your stuff, whatever. You'd be way more inclined to buy shoes from him or sell shoes to him because you feel like you know him.
Right.
You don't necessarily know him, but
you're not like a machine.
You're not gonna feel like a stranger.
Instagram post,
Exactly. Yeah, you're a lot more personable.
Yeah, and personable is like, you guys are like brothers to me right now at this point. Like, I see you guys. I was excited to be here. I knew where I was going to be Monday, and everybody can't see what we see. We're the directors of our own lives. The director has the vision. The producer finds the funds. Now, producer finds the funds. You're all married. I'm married. Yep. We all have women that produce all types of emotions. I am now, because this is how real we are as brothers. I'm gonna let y'all understand that I gotta put my wife's order in because she want the chicken salad sandwich in.
Do it.
I'm doing that right now. Actually calling it live on air while during the podcast. So this is how real this podcast is because it has to happen. Got to put the order in.
It's your anniversary today. Right?
It's an anniversary. You know what I'm saying? So it's every day's the anniversary though.
That's
how it's supposed to be. They're not gonna answer the phone. Maybe because it's a lunchtime rush. Please answer the phone. Maybe. Anyway, we'll just keep it ringing.
Thank you for calling Circa 1800. We will be closed Easter
Go call them, man. We can hold down.
Monday and Tuesday. We will reopen
they're closed.
Wednesday morning at 11. Thank you so much and have a great day.
You might need to handle that.
Happy Easter. So they're closed because of the holiday. So we'll have to go to our second favorite place. But, the thing about relationships, segue to that, my wife is everything to me. You know what I'm saying? My life, my daughter is everything to me. And we try so hard to navigate through our own dreams that you can forget to come up for air and be like, babe, is there anything that you need? Was I supposed to take out? I took the trash, did I? Did I? Oh, I didn't. Oh, pay the mortgage. I got you. The money's right here.
That one's important.
You don't want to be irresponsible. So that's why I want you to touch on how do you keep that balance and making sure that while you're working overtime, for other people's dreams, how you maintaining the home base.
So far, I haven't really worked overtime for anybody's dreams, to be completely honest. I did hair for a long time coming out of high school. Like, I went to hair school. I went on an adventure or two, then did hair for like a good stint, like a good couple years. And that was like the regular day job, and I just got depressed. Like, I'm not meant for working a real job. It's just not in me, like this. I need to be moving and having fun and doing other things. And hopefully this turns into like a real job where I actually like continue to have fun and it doesn't feel like work all the time. That's just what I'm going for. Just as long as you have fun doing it all the time, I feel like that's an obtainable goal.
Right.
But balancing like the home life in this, I stay home. Like, my wife works full-time doing hair, and I stay home with my kid now. Starting this year, like in January of this year is when that started, and I just managed 20/40 from home, and now started doing the podcast. I have Mondays, like my wife has Monday off, and then like I get a little help from the family and stuff like that so that I can maybe shoot one here and there or like go have a meeting or something during the week. But I'm not afraid to take her with me anywhere either, man. I think that's a part of it, like getting her super socialized, all that kind of stuff.
These are questions coming from our listeners. I know one for a fact that this one is really Karate. He has a ghost account. He wants to know.
He's been sitting here.
He's been sitting there kind of quiet. He's kind of quiet guy.
He's texting it with his mind.
Yeah. You got to ask him a question. He's not just gonna jump in there and say anything. Like, that's how he is in real. That's how he is in real life. He's just there. Like, he's doubled for me as security. He's been the driver. I've used him as like I was security for him. Like, you don't want to make him mad. He doesn't speak English. Like, and he won't say nothing the whole time. And they don't know who he. Like, maybe anyway. But he wanted to know about kid shoes. Are you into buying your kids like the nicest shoes? Are you into that, or you
me?
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, dude. Yeah, my kid's got just as many pair of Yeezys as me.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. You got kids in the Yeezys.
Yeah, she's got the bread Yeezys and the all white.
So we only call them Yeezys. We call them Yeezys.
It's Kanye, right?
It's Kanye.
He's like one of my favorite hip hop people, but I mean, yeah, it's like you got Jordans.
Okay,
but people call them J's.
Yeah.
It's like you got
J's
the
and the
Kanye, the
Yeah.
Adidas. You got Ye's. You know?
Yeah, they say Yeezy on the box. Why say Yeezy
Yeezys.
all over the time?
Yeah.
What you gonna say Yeezys? It feels better. I feel like I
It
feel
does,
cooler
Yeah,
when
it feels
I
like
say
you know him, right?
Yeah. I feel Calabasas.
Yeah. What up, yeah?
You know, but I mean, I actually met this guy one day, right? A long time ago, before I really, people didn't really know who he was, and shout out my man Kid, 910 Space. He was like, "Yo, I just finished rapping for Kanye." I was like, "What? You rap for him?" He's like, "Yeah, he was freestyling too, and he had it recorded." Kanye hit the same freestyle that he did on some other little like Smack DVD or something, like some other DVD I saw, which had me realizing like this guy was really practicing on all y'all. It was like 2 Chainz, should have been signed twice, something like that. He was hitting everybody with the same freestyle and everything. But speaking of Kanye, what's your favorite Kanye song?
Song. I don't know if I could do like a song. Graduation is probably my favorite album.
Okay.
Of Kanye's. Like I feel like it's just an accumulation of like all of his talent as like a mainstream artist.
Mm-hmm.
And now like everything after 808s and Heartbreaks, or not even that. Everything after Watch the Throne, I felt like got a little weird.
Okay.
But like the
808s and Heartbreaks,
whole
when it
game,
got-
but
when
the
it
whole game
changed.
changed.
It
After
changed
that.
808 and Heartbreaks. That was the
Yeah.
that was the turning point of the old Kanye
But
versus
that's
the
when
new Kanye.
But that's when he found Cudi, man. Like that's when Cudi came in
His
the mix.
mom-
and
his
that's
mother
when
passed away, too?
everything is like
His mom, I think it's because his mom passed away.
Yeah, he had a little depression. He didn't.
Oh, for sure.
Well, that's what I think. Yeah,
And that chick,
depression.
like
mode.
his chick left or was cheating on him or some shit. That
Same
actress.
thing.
Which
Same,
one?
Same time with me.
He had a lot of chicks.
Some actress chick. That was the one that like messed him up. He was like,
That was
"Get
before
married,"
Amber
or
Rose.
something like that. Yeah, that was before that.
And then
Amber Rose and like all those.
That's
chicks
new
after that,
Kanye.
That was after that chick messed him up or whatever. Supposedly.
Maybe
I don't
one
know.
day, maybe when Kanye
Celebrity
will be
gossip.
back. We'll be back on. He'll be back on the mic.
Hey.
Pause. But here at S.O.L.E Fever. But he was a perfectionist, man. I remember coming to the station one time, and there was somebody like talking in the background, like we're doing, and I guess he could hear it.
Oh, yeah.
Yo, he was like, he flipped, told everybody to get out of the room.
Well,
I
he
mean,
talks
I
about-
got to stay, but it was like some little stuff. He was that meticulous.
He talks about it like Hendrix talked about it, which I don't know if like he could have just watched the Hendrix interview and then said, "I see it like that too." You know what I mean? But he talks about it like Hendrix being able to like see colors for like music and stuff like that instead of just hearing stuff. It's like you could see like within your inner eye or whatever, like you could see these
How it makes you
colors
feel.
and patterns and like these waves of colors and stuff like that. And it's like talks about it like painting. And
Is that why
like when he like
Graduation was like
scores
that?
and stuff like that? Yeah, he talks about like painting, and I think that's why like the artwork and stuff like that kind of goes together. But yeah, he's an odd dude, man. Anybody that is got
Maruki
that much
did that.
What
talent
he's saying,
is-
I'm kind of the same way. You know,
Yeah, yeah.
When I'm listening to something, I see.
I don't want to mess up
You get a
people's
vibe.
names, man.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think that's what he's going for.
Is it Maruki that did the artwork for Graduation?
I don't know.
I
I
will
just
look it up.
don't know. But yeah, Kanye's clothes, man. And I dig it. I know he takes a lot of inspiration from a lot of other people, but I feel like that's like the truest form. It's like you take a little bit of everybody else's stuff and make it yours. You know, like put the tweaks on it and stuff like that.
You don't reinvent the wheel. You duplicate and you distribute.
Yeah.
That's a simple, and that's another thing with entrepreneurship. I tell people, hey man, why are you trying to? I mean, it's okay that you make it unique, make it your own. But burgers and fries is what we eat.
Yeah, definitely.
So you know what I'm saying?
All day.
We eat chicken wings, lemon pepper, barbecue, maybe some blazing or something. This one dude had chocolate wings, and I was like, bro, I don't know
Too much.
if you want to put. I don't know if I want chocolate on my wing. I mean, it really tastes good to you. but
See
it's
what
not
I
what we
feel.
want.
What I feel like Kanye kind of did with like his clothes and stuff like that, and shoes or whatever. Maybe not necessarily like the 350s, but more of like the military style stuff or whatever. He like stripped everything down. Like using the food analogy, it's like he stripped everything down to like a basic ass cheeseburger, right? He just used like super like clean ingredients. It's like the whole wheat bun that was like grown in your grandma, like the wheat was grown in your grandma's backyard. It's like some small batch, heirloom wheat, and like your burger is like some grass-fed wild bison, and then the cheese is like milked from like Scandinavian cows or some shit, and like so it's just super basic. It's just got like the right everything to it. Like everything's just super nice, and it all goes together perfect. And it's just seamless.
And at the same time, if you don't like it or if you like it, you know, you
That's
still
a dope way to put it, man.
Conversation.
It's hard to not
He was
like
that,
it, man,
he was that
'cause
type
it's
of
just
person.
basic.
Well, like he was that type of person, like pink polo. He was so different from what we knew as hip hop, but he came through. The first verse I heard, and I just gotta
Like the Gold Digger video.
Nah, it was definitely
Giant.
what's that joint? Through the Wire. For me, it was Through the Wire.
I heard the real
that's
Through the
good
Wire when he actually had the wire in his mouth. Like he was.
And that story right there, because I was in a car accident in 2007. I wrecked the junk, and I don't know how I walked away. I didn't have the scratch like him, but it changes your life when you almost die, like straight up. It stops you in your tracks and say, all right, what am I going to be? Am I going to do it right now? And it changed him. That, like he said, he would produce a whole album with his mouth wired shut. Then I saw he came to Fayetteville. And he did a performance at the Palace, and he did a freestyle. Now the freestyle to me was like blew my mind because people really didn't know who he was. But I mean, he had John Legend with him. Shout out to John Legend. He did his thing in Jesus Christ Superstar for Easter. I saw it on NBC, by the way. Yeah, check that junk out. But
Right
he had shout out Don C if you want to send us something. Why ain't you shout nobody out? You supposed to shout out Don C.
Man,
shout out Don C so you can send us
Don
something,
C.
man.
You gotta love Don C, man.
Don C, please send us some gear. We'll sit your shoe right there and everybody can see us, man. You know what I'm saying? Don C for me.
Look like they were, you know.
Shout out,
what they were meant to look like.
He got them J's coming out there like Jordan played like 1 or 2 games in them.
I love him.
Oh, we love him already. We love him, Don C.
But I love him.
That's like another plead for size 12s. 2 size 12s, please. We'll thank you kindly.
Today.
But he hit up with Doctor, could you please say something? I know I almost bust my final destination. I must have had the blessing from Pastor Mason, cause that trip to LA could have been my last vacation. Man, I know I can drop a down payment on a Porsche Cayenne. But I go along with the plan, pay for my own video directed by my man. Man, I know God was holding my hand, won't let me go before I go on Def Poetry Jam. Won't let me throw in the towel before I drop a couple of vows about what we going through now. See, the girls got a crush on me, like I did beats for Mr. Cheeks. But since the accident, they telling me that it's the cheeks. But if you look at history, the last rapper that almost died so 6.57 coming from the shot. Through the wire, through the wall. Boom. All my rhymes is raw. All my beats. All of them could have been lost. I always got 2 flaws, cause I almost paid the cost. And before I go to sleep, I always thank the Lord for this mic and my keyboard. They like, oh, that boy, he raw.
Yeah, that was him.
That was him. Yeah, and then the beat started. And it was like, through the wire. Everybody was blown away by that point. It was like, wow, maybe this is what they were talking about. Maybe this is exactly what they were talking about. And from then on, it was like, he said he was nice. I knew I had to take his word for it.
Yeah.
And it was like slowly but surely. And with you, Zach, with 2040, and with WTFAW, a podcast about who we are. You had to take that step out and say, man, this is who I am, this is what I'm doing, and this is what I'm going to do every single day. This is what I'm about to be about.
For sure.
And I thank you for stepping out to do that, because this might be the shortest one, because my wife just called me. It's about time for that lunch right there.
Oh, good.
It's anniversary. I got to get them half-price wings. And the other spot was closed. We already saw that, so I got to – she's probably like, oh, my God, it's closed. I already knew that. I already got arrangements. But I want to appreciate you for this platform. Karate, I appreciate you for showing up every Monday, you know what I'm saying? Even if it's traffic, even if you got something to do, you know, I appreciate you guys, you know, doing this, because this is what we do. But before we go, we have to talk about Karate shoe. Please take it off real quick. These shoes are so fly, he had to wear them again. Now, this is not the first time he's worn the shoe. So this means that I think that he really likes this shoe. Meaning he's trying to get his wares out of it, then he can give it to me.
I bought my shoes to wear, man.
Gotta wear
it. Stocking.
You can save some for the right time if you're copping a bunch at one time.
Right.
And you're just like, okay, I'm gonna wear these for a little bit, and then I'm gonna wear these for a little bit, and then I'm gonna wear these for a little bit.
They mix it up.
You know, yeah. Or if you like rip a pair or something.
I brought something
because
for.
like that shit happens to me all the time. I rock a new pair of shoes and then ruin them like the first 3 days or something.
This is my daughter's Maui. Please bring Maui to the front so we can see the shoe. Bring the shoe. Come pass it down. And get a good shot of this. This is for Nia. She wants to see this. I told her about the shoe. Now we got the Maui shoe. Maui! And the shoe.
That's my cousin.
Maui's your cousin?
Yeah, man.
We'll get a better shot of this
Got
a little later.
Samoan in you.
Oh yeah.
All right.
Pacific Islander.
Real quick, give them your information so that they want to reach out to you.
Oh, me? Yeah. EST2040.com, at EST.2040 on Instagram, WTFAW just, on YouTube. Coming
It's
out
all at the
on
bottom of the screen, by the way.
Instagram, we got our Instagram.
Can we get the credits to roll? Can I put that in there?
Yeah,
this is also our producer for S.O.L.E Fever, too, by the way. Give it up for Zach.
Anybody else wants to do that? It's WTFAW podcast at gmail.com. Any questions, concerns, anything like that.
If you want your own podcast, yes,
hit me up.
I'll go with
all of that kind of stuff. We do a little bit of everything. I'll help you figure it out.
And if you need your sneakers clean, if you need some sneaker advice, or you need another pair of what are those? Something like this. Holla at my man, Karate Revamp 26. Catch it. There we go.
Yeah, at Revamp 26. With a Revamp the number 26 on Instagram. Then you have Revamp TWOSIX at Gmail. If you want to email me or whatnot. Then the website is revampthenumber26.com.
All right. Next time my podcast, I'm going to get him. I'm calling him out right now. Mr. Raymond Sharp, where are you, man? I need you on the podcast. Your book, Become a Money Magnet. It got me. Look, money falling out of the shillings. Falling out of them.
So like he dropped a sandwich.
Yeah, that wasn't real money, though. I got some bill money right here. But if you want to become a money magnet, we got it right here. You want to become a money magnet, all you got to do is read this book right here, okay? So, Raymond Sharp calling you out, needs you on the S.O.L.E Fever. It's time for the half price wings. We out.